Hey everybody, welcome back. So today I'm going to be reviewing the Babolat Pop wrist tracker shot tracker device. So I acquired this about a year ago, and I'm pretty sure it was released around the same time as the Babolat Play rackets, which were basically a pure drive or pure arrow, I believe, that had a tracking device in it. So you would tell an app what you played, like uh, right-handed or left-handed, and then string up the racket and go hit with it, and then well, actually before you hit with it, you would turn it on, and it would track your uh, shots. So this is a similar device to that, except for it's in wrist form. So you can use it with any like racket, whichever one you're using, and it should track your shots. So here's what the box comes with. It comes with a charger. It's micro USB. It comes with one wristband. I'll talk more about this later. It comes with the actual tracker itself, and it comes with a wireless charging stand. It just uses those two metal pads, and it's magnetic, so you can just drop it on, and then this piece itself is actually magnetic, so you could see if I were to take it, I could actually stick it to the string machine. So it works pretty well. I had to set it up, you have to turn it on, you have to pair your phone with it through Bluetooth, and download the app and make an account, and tell it a little bit about yourself in terms of your forehand and stuff like that, basically. And then in order to use it, let me set the camera down real quick. So you would take the tracker off the stand, press the Babolat logo, which is a button, and you see the light turns on. And so I slip it into the pocket on the wristband. It's Velcro. It can be a little bit hard to put on with one hand, and that's pretty loose compared to how I like to wear it, but it's basically just a sweatband with a tracker device in it. And then you keep it on, and the tracker records your shots, and after that you open up the app on your phone, and you press the button in the top right corner and hit start sync, and then it'll sync your statistics to your phone. And from there you have to verify it, or verify, or it's something like that, where you basically tell the app what kind of tennis you were playing. So were you just hitting? Were you doing a training session? Or were you playing a match? And it'll change a few things, but it's really doesn't make a huge difference. You can tell it how you feel, how like tired you feel. You can put the location. You can put the score of your match if you do that, and you can tell. You can have your opponent's name on there if they also have one of these. And so it also has like a calendar, basically, where you can see when the last time you played. And so it works a bit as a tennis tracker, and see how often you can play, and playing more is obviously better, right? So one of the main things that kind of this appealed to is it's somewhere in between like a real tracking device and a toy, because you can use the Babolat Pop app. I know Babolat did a almost this exact same product, but with Peak, or Peak inside. Actually, it has Peak right there. So this is the Babolat Pop. I know that they made one called like the Babolat something with Peak, so it's almost the same thing, or Pick or whatever. Pretty sure it's Peak. And so it's a bit of a a little bit of a game. You can challenge your friends if they have one of these to try and beat your score. It gives you an overall score of how how much you play and how powerful, how often you're hitting shots, and it tries to tell you. Let's say it calculates racket head speed on serves, and so that's how I know my fastest serve is 103. I'm not really sure how accurate this thing really is. I'd like it to be accurate. It tries to track the your forehands, whether you're hitting topspin, flat, or slice. But that's a little bit hard to figure out because, especially in terms of somebody who plays with a very modern forehand, you can hit really high topspin shots, but it's not necessarily the old school turn and then drop your racket super low and then brush up on the ball. Instead, it can be a motion that goes relatively flat and you just flick your wrist. And since this tracker is essentially above your wrist bone where your hand connects, I don't think it really knows if you get that much topspin. But if you do play that way and it can track your swing path, then that's a lot more accurate. Keeps track of volleys. It seems to always give me one or two more overheads than I actually do. It's probably looking at serves. Overall, I like the product. It does feel a little bit weird, like wearing this and then a watch. Kind of looks like you're wearing like two wristbands or two watches. The app can be a little bit finicky, and the battery life, it works. You have to charge it after every play, but I wouldn't say that it's the kind of thing where you can go out on a court for. I would say it would probably last for 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours, and so it's not bad. It's not bad by any means, but it is. I wouldn't rely on it too heavily in terms of your statistics. So here's the thing that I was going to tell you about the wristband. So normally it's just a pocket like that, but the sewing on this didn't hold up too well, so there's this own kind of band that should be around the top, but instead it's disconnected itself. And if it gets kind of sweat logged like this one is, or not really, it's not. Once the minerals from the salts, it can get really gross looking like that, and it kind of curls up into its own shape, kind of keeps the shape. But overall, I think it's a pretty good product. It's a little bit on the older side now, so they might release something like this later. It doesn't seem like Babolat's tracking devices have really caught on. So I would give this product a 6 out of 10. It works. Obviously, I don't know how accurate it is, but at least it's something. It's kind of cool. You play and you can check your stat. And if you actually know somebody else that uses this, you can challenge them and play games, and it's all basically for fun. I wouldn't say it's a professional level tracker. Actually, it's far from it. 6 out of 10. I would recommend it if you aren't too worried about how accurate it is and you just want to see something that gives you kind of a general breakdown of your forehands versus backhands. Thank you for watching Rating Your Tennis Reviews, and I'll see you next time.